Beloved, glorious I Am Presence, descend within me and fill me with your essence. Beloved Holy Christ Self, descend within me and fill me with your essence. And to my divine self I align my personalities, body elemental and new spirit, so that all parts of my being are in balance, harmony, and alignment, and fully contained within my heart diamond and Metatron's cosmic egg. I am now ready for today's message. And for today, I will be asking questions from a viewer to Lord Metatron. Greetings, beloveds. I await your questions. The first one is, why do humans have to kill animal life to eat? And why did God create us this way? Dear beloved, God did not create you this way. And humans do not have to kill animal life in order to eat and in order to be nourished. This is a falsehood that has been forced upon you by certain beings who wish to control you. And humanity is much more easily controlled when they are fed certain foods. Meat being one of those. Because meat lowers your vibration. It makes you less able to connect to your own divine self. Now, there are some people, highly evolved souls upon this planet, whose connection to their divine self is so strong that they are not hindered by the effect of meat in that aspect, although their bodies do suffer from some of the purely chemical reactions that the body has to eating the energy of death, as well as all the hormones and chemicals that the animals are given, as well as all of the genetically modified grains that the animals are being fed. So it is still having an effect on them. But the main purpose of these beings for getting you to believe that you need to eat meat is in order to better control you. For as you, as a human being, begin to connect to your divine self, you become uncontrollable. You become free. You become fearless. And so that is why my videos are mostly about getting you to become your true self, so that you will no longer be under the control of these individuals. Why did not God create us so that air alone would be sufficient to replenish our energy? Well, beloved, in fact, your body is created so that light alone will nourish and sustain your body. It is the light force, or the prana, that is in the air that you breathe, that is, in highest truth, the only thing that you require to flourish and to thrive in all dimensions. And I continually repeat this to Christmas, so that she will know without a doubt that the light that she receives in her meditations is the only thing that she needs. There are people who are known as breatharians who do live on only the prana, or the life force, that comes through the breath. And I tell you that even if one person can do this, all of you can. It is the inherent ability of this magnificent body that I have created for you to be able to do so, to be able to thrive on pure light. You have said, and I believe he's referring to me, Christmas, and not to Metatron, that some animals agreed to sacrifice for us. I suppose we're talking about cows, chicken, sheep, fish, but it still seems unfair to me to kill in order to eat. It is not only unfair, it is not needed, and it is cruel. One of your well-known people, John Lennon, said that if people, or perhaps it was Paul McCartney, said that if slaughterhouses had glass walls, everyone would become a vegetarian. And this is true. It is because this industry hides its cruelty that allows humans to pretend that it is not occurring. But there are many awakened among you who are quite aware of the travesties that are committed against these pure, innocent animals, and are bringing it to the attention of others, so that little by little, each human can make their own personal choice to not continue to be a part of this situation of mass slaughtering and cruel treatment of animals. An optional corollary question: will another form of life one day feed on humans? Well, beloved, this is already occurring. And I am not talking about cannibalism, which has occurred in the past. I am talking about the current situation of where certain beings feed off of the emotions of humanity. And unfortunately, the vibration of the emotion that they are consuming is that of fear. I also spoke in a video quite some time ago about how there is a technology where energy can be absorbed from another human being through the internet. And to a lesser degree, there are also people that can unconsciously drain you of your energy because of the emotional and mental connections that you have with those people. It can even be spouses. It can be children. It can be people that you are very close to, but whom you allow in one way or another to drain you of your energies, and so you feel drained. There are people who talk on the telephone, constantly talking about highly negative things. And if you feel obliged to listen to them, it is another way for them to suck the energy out of you. So this is occurring right now, beloved. But no, humans will not be raised in farms in order to be killed and then consumed by another race of beings. But what is happening is just as bad. Or it could even be perceived as being worse. Because to kill you for your body is one thing. But to separate you from your soul, to cause you to believe that you are not a divine and perfect being of light, inhabiting for a very short time a physical form, is even worse. And that is why it will no longer be allowed to continue. It is one of the main reasons for the dramatic changes that will be taking place upon your earth very soon. Why didn't the various messengers of God speak out very clearly against killing in the name of religion, in the name of God, Allah, or Yahweh, so that their followers would clearly know their sacred books forbids them from killing? Well, beloved, it all depends on what sacred books you read. The Upanishads and the Vedas, some of the earliest sacred books present upon this planet, did express this quite clearly. The Jewish and Christian Bible, that includes the Ten Commandments, says quite clearly, "Thou shalt not kill." It doesn't say, "Thou shalt not kill just the people that you like," or "That shalt not kill" in any limited fashion whatsoever. It says, "Thou shalt not kill." But the teachers, the religions, have modified this understanding in order to suit their own desires. religion throughout history, it has been created by man. All of the laws have been created by man. You should know that the King James Version of the Bible was created and edited so that King James could divorce his wife, his second wife, after the Pope allowed him to divorce the first one. The Lord Jesus gave 2 commandments to his people. He said, love God above all things and love your neighbor as yourself. And he specifically told them, do not add to these laws when you go about your preaching. And yet, they did. So it is important to understand, beloved, that most of what you know, most of the laws that have been given to you, have been distorted and edited to fulfill someone's ego's desires, to live according to their own law and not to divine law. So I hope this answers your questions. I will address your last question in the next video. I love you and I bless you always. I am Metatron.